am the color that you thought was black, red, green, white, purple haze all over, but I have no color. You see white and think that the world has been handed over, but here lies the misconception. Dig deep inside my mango trees and you'll find the coqui that you only hear at night in El Campo but cannot see. I am Boricua, Huepa, Llama, Celia, y dile que yo dije azúcar. And just because I'm a little lighter than you, and I may not be fluent in Spanish like you, doesn't mean shit. Don't invalidate my ethnicity, my culture. Don't invalidate me, because Spanish women can do a lot more than cook a banging ass plate of rice and beans. And I too grew up in a house where I feared the chancleta just like you. And Goya was valued like clean underwear just like you. And my mom spoke Spanish, English, Spanglish, broken English with 3 curlers in her hair, a hard hand and a harder hand. Loved us, though at times misguided, because we were her only 3 kids just like you. And I write this not because but in spite of you. The misconception that only certain races can have soul. Truth is, I got more soul than gospel choirs at church on Domingo, and more soul than way back when Michael Jackson could hit high notes. I got more soul than Al Green at a disco, and more soul than the livest crowd you could find at Apollo. I am the root of your language. I am that part you cannot pronunciate with a Jewish last name, but more of a Spanish girl frame. I am an unorthodox paradox, trying to contrive a way out of this box where the census asked me to fill these spots, but my pen's too big and my hand's too hot. I got more soul than Bob Marley's segregated dreadlocks. I am the soul shot down from racial profiling and random police stops. I am you, and you before we ever knew each other, and that's even if we ever knew each other. I am the warrior in your song cry. I sat next to a prince and I heard the doves cry. I took a train to the galaxy and I saw the stars multiply, because right here is where my soul learned to fly. The misconception that race doesn't matter. The misconception that because I'm not black, I don't know that, because I do. Ever since Harlem playgrounds looked me up and downward and said, hey, you're too light to play basketball here, it became way more than clear that racism goes both forwards and backwards. Because racism isn't racist against the races who race the wild in the spaces and erase the smiles from our faces with hates when we walk by racial paces, because that's the misconception. There lies the mass deception, and it's going to take more than this 4-minute poem to get everyone's attention, because from the depths of detention to the direction of ascension, I spit it. When I get it, then got it. When I spit it, the only way to get it is to practice, preach, and live in it, because here is misconception. I am X-Men's mystique transforming in front of your direction. See, you thought you knew me, but you stand corrected from expectations you set, ignorance you befriended, and of my eclectic soul sounds ring on liberty's table. I am the concoction you drank without a label. I am the misconception that you never saw, like a tree standing far away that you didn't think was so tall. I am the misconception like God is to atheists. I am the misconception like Hollywood is to making it. I am the misconception because I happen to love black music. I am the misconception because I read Cornel West, Gandhi Du Bois, and Henry Louis Gates Jr. I am the misconception, but I am no fraud. It's been my experiences curtailing me, and also the way I was born. I defy your ideas of what can and cannot exist. I am a world that you thought you never lived in. A dream of unseen things that you dare not to dream, for it shakes your images of truth and reality. So call me Miss Misconception, and that I'll gladly be. There's just so much here to see, and don't you wish that you were me? Thank you.